Hello, cabezas de chorlito. Today we celebrate migratory birds, and I'm going to share some ways in which birds move from one place to the other. Do we have a song about migration? No? We wish you happy migration, we wish you happy migration, we wish you happy migration, and a happy return. About 4,000 out of the 10,000 known species of birds at some point during the year will feel what is known as Sungung. It's a German word. It was coined by a German ornithologist. Hold on, I'm going to call my niece in Germany. Hola, Julia.
Hola, tío.
¿Me puedes repetir otra vez la palabra?
¿Otra vez? Ya me preguntaste 1000 veces.
Sí, te prometo que es la última vez.
Zug und Ruhe.
Ay, muchas gracias. Danke. Okay, so what is this Sungungring have to do with migration? Well, it's the feeling of needing to go, the preparation before migration. It's like the feeling you have when your suitcase is ready, you're waiting for the taxi and ready to go to the airport. Well, when we think about migration, the first thing that we picture are shorebirds that cross the entire planet, or pelagic birds, or some raptors that go from the US to Central America. But not all migratory movements are like that. So here are some patterns. Oh, wait, but before we go into that, remember that the seasons on both hemispheres are the opposite. So when we have the summer in the southern hemisphere, in the north is winter. That is to say that birds on the northern hemisphere, they will go north during the spring, south in the winter, whereas the ones in the southern hemisphere will go south in the spring, and then in the winter they will go north. This is actually known as austral migration. Hey, what is austral? Well, austral comes from Latin and it means south, and also that. Is it true that the toilet flushes on the other direction? Now let's see how birds move between the seasons. Facultative migrants. In this category, we have lapwings, European starlings, American robin. They migrate only under certain conditions rather than a predictable seasonal cycle. What triggers the migration is the deterioration in the environment, such as bad weather or lack of food. They linger in the breeding ground during a mild winter longer and probably after other migrants have left. The route might be similar, but the distance can vary from year to year. Obligate migrants. They do long, predictable annual migrations to their non-breeding grounds and back. When they go, everybody goes. They also have synchronized their internal clocks to avoid bad conditions. Shorebirds are the most iconic of this group. Most songbirds of North America, Europe, Asia are in this group. And let's not forget about snowbirds and sunbirds. Are we still talking about birds? They are very loyal to the sites used in winter and spring. Migration seems to be genetically controlled. This means that they are hardwired to respond to changes in photoperiod rather than weather patterns. Nomadic. The snow owls concentrate their foraging in lemmings, which vary from year to year and place to place. This means that they have very little attachment to any nesting location. It is almost impossible to predict when and where they will be moving and where are they going to breed. Birds of this group are on the road almost all the time. This type of migration is restricted to birds of the tundra and coniferous forests of the far, far north, dry steppe and shrublands. Partial migrants. In this case, some individuals will stay while others go away. The gray cascadee is an annual resident of Buenos Aires city. But in springtime, some individuals migrate south and they build their nest over there. Before the winter comes, they fly back to the big city, and they go out for pizza and Argentinian steak. Leapfrog migration. Penguins have a long breeding range along the coast of South America. The individuals breeding the farthest south migrate to the most distant wintering areas, passing over birds that breed in intermediate areas that move shorter distances. For example, colonies that nest in Tierra del Fuego migrate to different areas of Brazil to drink caipirinhas. Residents. There are some species that find suitable conditions in their breeding area permanently, so they stay even during the winter. Birders can always count on them. Once they settle down after dispersal, they tend to remain in the same area during their whole life using small territories. For example, there is a breeding colony of king penguin in Tierra del Fuego, where the individuals stay year-round. Tell me which species you have in your area year-round on the comments below. Altitudinal migration. Common quail species in mountainous areas normally breed in high altitude. When the winter comes, they go down the mountain. They might not travel a long distance, so what really changes is the altitude. To sum up, we have obligate, facultative, partial, nomadic, leapfrog, altitudinal, and, well, residents. Thanks for watching this episode of Cabeza de Chorlito. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave me some comments below and tell me which videos you would like me to do in the future. Can you think of any species where you live that matches the patterns that we discussed today? And if you learned something, share and subscribe. And remember our motto: bird watching for learning, learning for sharing, and sharing for caring.